Hello there, this is the Bookkeeping Master on YouTube. Welcome to this video. This is the second video in my Profitable Startup Business series, my mini-series. If you have come across this video, then find the first video, as these videos do follow on from each other, and it will be a lot more beneficial for you if you watch the first video and then come to this video. If you need a recap about the first video, then just watch it again. It's all for free, and then come back to this video. So this is video 2. There will be one more video after this. So in the previous lesson or previous video, I went through some things that I really strongly suggest that you research. I spoke about questions that you should ask yourself. You need to research other businesses that have been profitable, other businesses that have failed in the same industry that you're hoping to start a business in, and you need to ask yourself a number of questions. They're all covered in the previous video. I then spoke about researching costs, expenses for the business, and I went through the list on my website, and I then spoke about capital and the different sources of capital that you can seek and try and accumulate money to cover the costs of your business. So in this video, I'm now going to show you what you need to do with these things to make things a bit more official, especially if you're looking for investment. Now, a lot of you would have heard of a business plan, and many businesses that are successful, that are profitable, have a business plan, because a business plan, as the name suggests, is a document that forecasts and plans your business from a financial perspective for the next year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, whatever it is. A standard business plan is usually 3 years. And in the first video, I spoke a lot about planning and preparation, and a business plan is definitely one of the key ways we can plan and prepare for our business. Now, there are 2 parts to a business plan. Part 1 is these questions that you ask yourself, and it's the written side of the business plan. And in the written side of the business plan, you will detail your research. You will write down why you think the business is going to succeed, what the business is, and you'll write down as much written detail about the business as possible and why you want to start the business. You'll then spend some time writing your goals and your vision for the business, and you can also write down what you intend to bring to the business. If you're starting a gym, let's go back to the example as we used that in part 1. If you're starting a gym and you've been working in a gym for the last 10 years, then you can put that as part of your business plan, that you have experience of working in a gym, a successful gym. Now, the reason why this is all important is for 2 reasons. One, if you're looking for investment or a bank loan, they will want to see your business plan. Just talking to someone in person or over the phone isn't enough. They will want a document that they can read that will convince them that your business is going to make it. So if you list these things down, it will help these people to understand the business and understand why it's going to be successful. Now, another reason why I need to write this down is because starting a business and creating a profitable business is extremely difficult. I've been there a number of times with clients and myself, and it's a lot harder than what people think. And it won't be long after starting your business that you'll start feeling discouraged, that it's not going as quickly as you thought it would, that you're not making as much money as you thought you would, and there's all these obstacles coming up. But if you have a business plan that lists your goals and your vision, that can reignite your faith in the business. If you can look at your vision and understand what your vision is, it can give you some direction when times are tough. And also, your business may become profitable very quickly, or 3 years down the line things are going really well, but you might lose your vision, you might lose goals for the business, and you might become complacent in your business. But if you have those goals written down, you have that vision, you can turn back to that. Now, these things might sound very minor to you and that you won't need them, but believe me, you will. But that's only part one of the business plan. Part two is these things. It's your costs and your capital. And this is the financial side of the business plan. And what the financial side of the business plan is, let me just write part two. It's a number of documents, financial documents that contain forecasts for the business, forecast of profitability, forecast of sales, forecasts of expenses. You will have a cash flow forecast, so you can actually see on a spreadsheet how much money you need, how low the bank account could get at times, what to expect as far as money going out of the bank and money coming in for the next 12 to 36 months. So first of all, your business plan will include an expenses forecast or expense forecast. Now, what your expense forecast is these costs that I mentioned in the first part of this mini-series. It's those costs listed, but laid out month by month. So in month one of the business, all these expenses will be incurred by this business. In month two, these will be incurred month three, and you'll do that for a 12-month period up to, say, a 3-year period, and you will forecast when all the money will be coming out in each month. Now, I'm going to go over this quite quickly, and don't worry if you're going to get confused or if you are already confused, because I'm going to give you some resources to look at when I come to the end of this overview of a business plan. Now, you will also need a sales forecast. Now, this is probably the most difficult, I would say, out of all the forecasts, because you have to guesstimate your expected sales, and it's always best to underestimate than overestimate sales. It's better to account for too little cash than too much cash, because as mentioned, once the cash is gone, the business is over. So when you think about sales, once again, you need to research other businesses in your industry of the same size that you want to set up and look at how they're doing. You need to think about your advertising and other funding methods and just everything you can think of to try and guesstimate the sales for the business. Once you have an expenses forecast and sales forecast, you can create a cash flow forecast. Now, what this does is ensures that the business will have enough cash. So each month you have money coming into the business from your sales forecast, money going out from expenses forecast, and you will have other things on there too that aren't considered expenses, things like drawings and perhaps other money out, loan repayments, things like that. And the cash flow forecast will ensure that you'll have enough cash over the next 12 months, 24 months, and 36 months. And then, last of all, a projected profit and loss statement or profit and loss forecast. You could even say projected, I should put P/L. So a projected figure of what your profit or loss is going to be in the first year, the first 2 years, and the first 3 years. Now, I've gone over that very quickly and I understand it's a lot to take in, but if you go to my website, freebookkeepingaccounting.com, if you go to bookkeeping courses here, go down, these are all for free, by the way, go to business planning and click on business planning. You'll then be taken to this page, and whoopity-doo, look what you can do. You can take an introduction to creating a business plan. You can then learn how to create a sales forecast, an expenses forecast, a cash flow statement, a projected profit and loss statement, a projected balance sheet, break-even analysis, and there's other things there too. So it's all for free. Just go through and watch those videos. They'll be similar to this but in a bit more detail, and they'll show you step by step how to create these documents using Excel. So you can go ahead and watch those videos. Alternatively, we do provide business plans for around £250 each. That includes everything that you need, including the written part of the business plan. Obviously, if the business is going to be a lot bigger or a lot smaller than a standard startup, or if you want to project only 1 year or 5 years or 10 years, those things are obviously going to influence the price. It could be lower than £250, it could be higher. But that's like our standard price, so we can do it for you. But that's video 2, and to summarize this video, all the research that you have done in video 1 or from video 1, you now compile into like an official document, which is your business plan. There's also a book here, a recommended how to write a business plan book. If you click there, you can actually purchase a book about business planning. But hopefully this all makes sense, and in the next video, the final video to this mini-series, I will provide some final advice about setting up a profitable business.